Hello, friends. It's 8:04 or something. Oh, hello. Hi. And we are doing some transition training tonight, and it's the end of June 2021. Yes? Do you want to say something to everyone? Because I'm starting now. Goodbye. Okay, so we were just talking about the Bring Back My Bars, and I think one of the best things you can do, even though I know people see my posts on social media, go back and message those few people at the beginning of the month that you never heard back from that ordered those bars in the past that you remember, like Ocean or, bars that stick out, and go back and say, hey, just letting you know, I know things happen and things, time flies, but it's here, the end of the month, and you can't get them after Wednesday. And just remind you if you have time, because you might get a whole bunch of orders real quick at the end of the month. If you haven't already, go live smelling whatever you have. I did that today, and I had people pop out of the woodwork in my VIP group going, oh wait, I didn't know Honeymoon Hideaway or Ocean or whatever was back. I'm like, lie, it's not true. But whatever it is, I'm glad to get these last minute orders, and I'm sure I'll probably be putting in another 200 to 500 by the end of the month, which makes me happy. So do not give up. Bring Back My Bar is definitely a month to keep going till the very, very end. Also, one quick thing to talk about is Scentsy Club, and we're going to talk about that more. But Scentsy Club, all of the bars that are Bring Back My Bar can be put in your Scentsy Club. And this is how I got a lot of people hooked back in January when we had the last Bring Back My Bar wave. And they are now adding more to their club. So go to your Scentsy Clubbers and say, okay, have you seen our Bring Back My Bar list? It's time to, add some on if you like any of these. And the people that are ordering a bunch of Bring Back My Bars say, hey, you're going to run out before, we don't know if they'll ever come back. Make sure you get them for the rest of your life, right? So you could get a whole bunch more Scentsy Clubbers. If anyone has questions about Scentsy Club, please go to your homepage of your PWS and pretend to make your own Scentsy Club subscription. That is the easiest way to learn what your customers need to do. If you still need help, please reach out to your sponsor or your leader, because you don't want to miss getting Scentsy Club. That is PRV that you don't have to do anything for every single month. And it is my goal every month to have 500 PRV in Scentsy Club, so I don't even have to worry about that 500 right off the top. So make your own goal. Maybe it's 200 to be active every single month just with Scentsy Clubbers. You can totally do that between this month and next month. So before we start, any questions about Bring Back My Bar? No. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about transition and what it is. So transition is every 6 months, Scentsy brings out a brand new catalog. We have a fall winter catalog and we have a spring summer catalog. So we're finishing up the spring summer catalog in July, and on August 1st, all the products for the fall winter catalog will be open for all of us to purchase. Now, the reason we talk about it now at the end of June is because a lot of stuff happens in July, and you need to be proactive about the things that you're doing in July to make sure you have an amazing July and August and the rest of the season. So I have my notes so I don't skip anything. We just basically want you to be 100% prepared. And a lot of you that are either watching now live or later have never been through a transition before, or you've only been through one. And we want to give you all the information. If anyone in here has a question or something to add to something that I'm saying, please just open your mic and go. Okay. All right. So first things first, you need to order your supplies at the beginning of July. We are, because of hypergrowth for the last year, last summer was sort of crazy. If you were here last summer, you remember everything sold out like the first couple days of transition month. It shouldn't be like that in July this year. But you never know. Like people sometimes think it's going to sell out quickly, so they're going to hoard business supplies. So make sure you're in there the 1st or the 2nd of July buying all the transition supplies you need. Now, what are the supplies you need? Let me make sure to say, do not spend money you don't have on lots of extraneous things that you don't need. There are certain things that you will need for the transition into August, and that is some type of print material that has the catalog products in it. And I'll talk about the specifics in a second. Something for your customers to smell. And if you can, something that tells you about those products. Now, all of those things are available to you on your workstation in your news tab, but printing those off, it's not going to be as pretty for your customers. If you're buying it from Scentsy in print material, it's going to look much nicer, much more professional. So what I would put money into is the print material and some kind of smell goods. Now let's talk about that specifically. So this is the catalog for spring, summer, and a bunch of catalogs is usually around $12. They are heavy to mail. So if you have a lot of customers who are out of town, I don't know that I would necessarily purchase a bunch of catalogs. If you want to get paper products or paper print material under your people's noses or in front of their faces, you need to buy something that's easier to mail, I think. So these right here are called product sheets, and it's basically back and front of a catalog. And it's just one sheet of paper, and you can fold it up and make it easy to mail in a regular envelope with some stickers for them to smell, which we'll talk about in a minute. The other option would be the showcase brochure. These are really nice. These are what I prefer because typically I will send my VIPs one of these for the new catalog, and I'll fold it and put it either in a bubble mailer, which is going to be a little bit pricier because it goes as a parcel, but I'm going to put a sample in here of something they can use. And we'll talk about that in just a second too, but this can't be mailed for a stamp. This is a showcase brochure, but this can, which is a product sheet. So there's your two options. I buy all three. I do different things with my different print stuff, but you decide for yourself what you want to spend your money on. And it's catalogs, product sheets, or showcase brochures for print material, the entire catalog. Okay. Then you're going to want something that smells good. So my biggest questions from new people every transition is what comes in a transition set of testers? Because you'll see that a transition set of testers costs, I don't think we have prices yet. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have they posted prices? When I wrote these notes, they had not posted prices. Okay, so this is what a transition set of testers looks like. It comes in a resealable bag, and it is all of the new scents for the season and all of the ones that are returning that were not current in spring, summer. A bunch of testers. This is usually, I think, $14. Is that correct, y'all? Is that right? I can't even remember what it was last year. Did I write it down? But this month, they're going to be on sale. All of our business supplies are going to be 10% off, or at least these are. And you want to get some kind of tester that if you happen to have someone in town that wants to smell, you can meet them and have a sip and sniff, or you can do a home party and you can let everybody smell the new smells, or you can break them up into pouch parties, which are like 10 testers in a bag with a catalog that you send with someone to work and let them share the scent. So a bag of transition testers is definitely something that you should invest in. The other way you can get the smell under people's noses is these babies right here. Now, they sell out super fast. And I do not know yet which scents or which fragrances they're going to have available. Typically, they have available the new fragrance releases and classic or best sellers is what they're called. They also will have things available in different scent categories. So like in the laundry or in the clean line or the body line, and the new fragrances in those lines, they'll typically have the scratch and sniff stickers available. These with one of these, and this is the one from last year, but our last season, some really creative artists in our business will create one of these half sheets and we will put it on our page, and you can print it off 2 to a page and you can slap your stickers on there, put your contact information up at the top, fold it up with one of these product sheets, and there's a stamp on a number 10 envelope in the mail to your customers. They get the entire catalog and all the new scents. That is the cheapest way to get a new catalog and fragrance under your customers' noses. Okay, I'm gonna stop real quick and ask if there's any questions. And I haven't been looking at the chat. Has someone else been glancing? All right, 14 to 16. Okay, that's what I remembered. Thank you. Another product that you might not think about is our transition set for oils. If you don't usually use our diffusers or our oils, you may not sell oils, but that doesn't mean that your customers don't want them. And Jen, do you happen to have some 5 ml oils right beside you? I didn't bring any over. Let me see. I think I have one. Yeah,
I have one here.
Yes, thank you. Here's a regular size oil, and here's a 5 ml oil. These, the small sizes, are the ones that are in the transition set. And depending on how many new oils we have will determine the price of the transition set. But the great thing about these is if you get the transition set for the oils, they give you PRV. That's what you get paid on. So I always get the transition set of oils because I'm going to get paid back 25% on that at least. The other product that will be available to us is the sales kits. We do not know yet which sales kits will be available, but in the past, they have had sales kits for scent, which is one of each new bar. And sometimes in the past, they've had a home kit, which was a sampling of warmers available to us. They also have the clean line, the laundry line, sometimes the body line, and the new fragrance that they're bringing out. You'll just have to watch. July 1st is when we'll find that out. I mean, they might sneak it the day before, but we're not sure when it'll be leaked. But July 1st, we'll know all of that. And you will get paid PRV on those sales kits. They don't necessarily go on sale that day, but we will find out. We should find out that day when they will be for sale. Any questions about that part? Thank you. That's next on my list, Jen. One of the other products that I always get in every transition is a product training guide. Some of you may not have gotten this in your kit. I think the $20 kit didn't have one, possibly. But it is a lifesaver, because what if you're a new person who's never used our laundry and you haven't had that experience yet? You can look right in the laundry section and it will tell you all the details that you need to sell the laundry product. Or maybe you don't have a pet, a whole 2-page spread on our pet products. It's all the nitty gritty of how to sell a product that you've never used or known how to sell before. So definitely get one of these. I think they're $2. pretty sure they're $2. The other thing is I like to buy the new consultant guide each time we have a transition, because then whoever signs up on my team, I have that in front of me, exactly what they are seeing. I have it in front of me. If I'm on a FaceTime with them or if I'm on the phone with them, I can tell them, turn to page 3. It looks like this. You also can download it and just go from the PDF on the workstation, but I like it in print to mark up and be able to refer to. So that's one more thing. And I think it's usually, I don't know, $3 or something like that. So that's one more thing that you may want to get. Now, let me go back to my notes because I don't read my notes when I'm talking. That's not good. The scent stickers, I told you about that. If you can only buy a couple things at the beginning of the month and you need to wait for payday for the rest, scent stickers, fragrance stickers are your #1 priority the first day of the month. I cannot stress that enough because they will sell out. Please let your teams know. I don't want anybody going, but she told me I had the whole month. I am not telling you you have the whole month. You have hours. Make note.
Sometimes they sell out like right in the beginning.
Yeah. And if
1 or 2 fragrances.
And if you, yeah, I remember last year I got up at whatever time they launched, 5 a.m. or whatever, and I slapped all those fragrance stickers on and whatever warmer it was and went back to sleep and then got my catalogs later.
Yep.
So they do go on sale July 1st?
Yes. Well,
at 5 a.m. our time?
We don't have a time yet. We will find out. I will post in the group as soon as we have a time, but I know last 6 months ago it was 5 a.m.
Yeah, it was 5 a.m. Yeah.
That's Eastern time.
But that's not all. No, it was earlier than that. I thought it was like 2 or 3 a.m.
Usually it's 3 for the beginning of the month stuff, but because they have to change everything and load everything into the marketing tab for the open, I believe it was 5. I remember because it was New Year's Day and I was at Leslie.
Yeah.
And I was deemed the one to get up and order everything.
You're welcome, Leslie. And I were on at the same time, and we ordered everything, and Justin overslept and was only able to get certain ones because they sold out. And I said to him, I told you, scent stickers are cutthroat. If you do not order them like right then and there, you're not getting them. That's
Believe me, the SSDs this time have been pounding it into home office's brain that they need a bigger supply. So they are ordering. There are going to be bigger supplies. It just depends on how much we can buy, right? How many consultants are going to get up and buy them. All right, let me see if I skipped anything on my must-haves. No. Okay, transition oil. Okay, you might also want host join brochures or category brochures. It just depends. Sometimes I buy those later, but I don't do a lot of that kind of mailing. I do a lot of handing out things so I can print things from home. But they are good to have, like if you're sending a sample pack to somebody, like if you have a pet brochure, that's a super good one to have because it answers a lot of questions for pet owners in there. Okay. Testers, business supplies. Don't spend a lot of money on branding stuff. Like you'll see tons of the joggers and the t-shirts and the sweatshirts. And I mean, if you have the extra money to spend, go for it. But concentrate on the things that are going to help your business specifically that you can hand to people, and then worry about that later when you get a paycheck back. You can turn around and spend Scentsy money on that stuff. All right, what questions? I think I've touched on all of that stuff. What questions do you have about guides and product lists and business supplies? Anything?
Hey, Bonnie, it's Kavana. I have a question.
Yes.
Hey. Okay. So you know how like we had the incentive and it said that we would actually get the transition kit. Do we get it in time or?
Yes. So the last time they did that last summer, we got it. I mean, it opened up for us and started shipping so that we got it at the end of the month. So it will, they have to do an audit on the incentive earners that they do every single incentive. And once that audit is finished, that's when they'll start shipping out the sales kits to you guys.
Okay. And do you know what's all included in theirs?
We don't yet.
Okay.
Nope. They will release that information soon though, but they haven't released it yet.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. There was something that just popped into my head when you started asking that question. Oh, another really exciting thing that comes out on the 1st is the discontinued list. It's like golden. That's what you use for all of your sales basically in July, because you are going to touch base with your customers and you're going to say, hey, I know you were eyeing this, this, and this in the catalog. It's gone. It might not even stay until the end of the month. Don't wait. Let's either book a party now so you can get it half price or just order it. The fragrances are available while supplies last, but they can be put in your Scentsy Club until the end of the month. So if a popular fragrance happens to be on the discontinued list, it's not necessarily going to be available all month. So don't wait and don't be surprised if it sells out. That happened a lot last summer. Last July, I think I had probably a Scentsy Club of, I don't even know, 100 bars. I don't know. It was not 100 bars, but it was a lot of bars in one Scentsy Club order because they were going away and they were out of stock. So I had to put them all in a Scentsy Club order to get for my customers, which is not the easiest way to get them. And you don't get party credit for that. So don't tell your customers, don't wait. Any questions about that part, the discontinued list? Okay. One thing you want to do now on the booking blitz last night, we talked about it, but you want to reach out to customers as soon as you know what's going to be discontinued to try to set up a party for them. I touched on it a minute ago, or a shopping link. You might not have ever heard me talk about shopping links before, but basically anytime I am placing an order, I'm trying to make sure it is in a party of some sort. That doesn't mean that I'm having a home party with someone as the hostess. It means that I am creating a party either for someone online and letting her and her friends order from that link, or I am the hostess and I get the rewards at the end of it. So what you say to Jen when you find out that Luna is being discontinued, it's not, I do not know anything. I'm just saying, if Luna was going away and it was her favorite scent, I should be using Carrie for this. I would immediately call her and say, girl, Luna's going away. We need to set you up a shopping link so that you can send it out to your friends and family so you can get all the Luna for half price and free, or something to that effect, right? People will say, what is a shopping link? You say it's like a referral link. You just send it to people. When they order off your link, you get the hostess rewards and the freebies, and you don't even have to have a real party. Any questions about that? Because I know that might be new to a lot of you if you haven't heard one of my trainings for parties before, but I use them all the time. I can't remember. Well, I've had a few parties this month, but I've had a lot of shopping links this past month because people are busy and they don't have time to do a whole Facebook party. So they're like, just set me up a link. Somebody said something in the chat. Let me just see. Good job, Jessica. Samples, awesome. Yes, samples. Send them out as soon as you can for the Stargaze, because it's a good one and people like Jammy Time, and it's actually, I think it smells a lot like Fuzzy Blanket, which is one of my favorites now that I've warmed it. Anybody have any questions? And those of you who have been around for a few transitions, anything I'm missing? that I have not mentioned? A lot of times you'll get into transition and you will have a question that pops up in the midst. Please don't hesitate to put it on the group, because chances are if you have the question, somebody else is going to have the question. Never, ever be shy to post something in there. This is for everyone. Our FLaVA Collective group is for everyone to be posting what's working for them, what hasn't worked for them, what questions they have, and this is the way we learn from each other. So, okay. All right, it's exciting. I cannot believe fall is almost here, y'all. It's just mind-blowing. It's my favorite time of the year, and it's like creeping up quick on us. We are all here to help. That is right. All right. Also, yes, Ashley.
Sorry. Do you
That's
want to
okay.
just, for the new people on the call, do you mind just going over with explaining that this book is our main book, but then we will also get like the harvest flyer and the Christmas flyer?
Yeah. Good point. So yeah, our catalog is our main. These are the items that are going to be around for the 6 months. They are not limited. They are around. Well, sometimes they go out of stock and then we have to wait for them to come back if they're really popular, but these are the ones that we focus on through the 6 months. On September 1st, we will be able to start selling our harvest brochure, which usually is released around August 15th. And if you're watching SFR, you'll be able to see all the sneak peeks of what's going to be in there. So that is one good reason to be watching SFR. Scentsy Family Reunion is what that is. And there's still time to sign up if you have not already registered. Then October 1st is when our holiday brochure comes out. And that is all things Christmas and winter holidays. So that will be shown, or we will be able to start purchasing those brochures usually 15 days before that. So we'll get those in September. But we will also get sneak peeks of those at SFR. So another reason to watch. Then all along, like we have been the past 6 months, for the next 6 months of the year, we're going to be getting LTOs, limited time offers, pop up everywhere. And we've heard that there are a lot to come. So those are always launched. Well, we usually hear about them on, say, a Thursday, and then we have the launch on the Monday. They may change that up. I don't know. But right now, that's sort of how the timeline's going. And those are always limited time offers. Sometimes they'll do a pre-sale if they're expecting a huge sell, which they are with Harry Potter. So that's why they did a pre-sale with that. I don't know how many y'all gotten, but my mind is blown of all the people that are now coming out of the woodwork for Harry Potter.
I'm so
And
excited.
people that have, I don't know if you guys understand the hugeness of this, because these people might not have ever thought about getting Scentsy before. But now that we have Harry Potter, this has opened up our world to all these new people who are diehard fans. We thought Disney fans were diehard. There's nothing on Harry Potter. So
Harry Potter takes it to a completely different level.
It does. So and you might not even know the people, they'll just start coming out of the woodwork. So make sure you're sharing those things in the right way on your social media. There are certain flyers, certain marketing that we're allowed to share. And then once the products come out, obviously you can take your own pictures with them, but just make sure you read over the guidelines for marketing. And if you have any questions, of course, come to us if you have questions. We might not know the exact answer, but we can find it for you. Does that help, Ashley?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
I just heard, since we have some newbies on the call.
Yeah, for sure. And fall is totally different because of all the holidays. So that's good.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anything else? I'm really excited. I hope you guys all are planning to watch SFR if you're not coming to a location to watch with us. We will definitely be touching base, and maybe we'll do a big Zoom before with everyone who can get on, just to sort of meet together on screen to get excited. So be watching for that. It starts on the 23rd. Well, there's breakouts start on the 20th. Yeah, and then 22nd is the first session, I believe, 22nd and 23rd. So I'm super excited, and I know you guys are. We're going to see a lot of new stuff and hear great stuff, and come together as a big group, and it's going to be so fun. So, all right. Any other questions before we go?
When does the next catalog come out?
You mean after this?
Mhm.
So the fall winter catalog comes out August 1st. It starts, and then the next catalog will be January. All right. Okay, well, I'm going to sign off now. Bye, Ellie. Have a good night. Happy birthday.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Thanks for being here.
Good night, everyone.
Good
Good
night.
night. Thanks, Bonnie.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here, guys.